Hello YouTube, and welcome back to Chef Lethal Plays Path of Exile, the Legacy of Phrecia, episode number 4. This is officially my first voiceover episode. I went ahead and had some time earlier today to play, but couldn't actually speak my mind during the process. So here we are, and yeah, this one I have the foresight to know exactly what happens. Unfortunately, it will be less in real-time commentary as things are happening because I kind of know a little bit what to skip and what to kind of talk through. I had a little bit of chance to edit some of the stuff out. Not out, but sped up some of the things because you'll soon find that this build is kind of funny. So we're here. We're going down the east road, and the idea here is to kind of follow the path. We've already done this, so I didn't want to spend too much time like killing monsters here and stuff. So we find the den, and we jump in. And we start our quest to find the Great White Beast. Of course, we get swamped immediately right when we walk in. Frostblink doing some work for me. And here's a big monster here's our first instance where I had a big monster, and I'm going to speed up the footage 200% because it took me forever and a day to kill this guy. So here's me. Luckily, I didn't die, but it just is painful to kill these monsters until I get my poison concoction skill up online. This is kind of ridiculous. So he went down relatively easily. It's just me playing keyboard, trying to get my flasks up at all times so that my mana and health are active. And I've got a full bulb for everything, and I don't actually think I died at all in this episode. It's pretty nice. A lot of the stuff I'm going to be skipping through. You know, there's no need for me to be fighting every single monster. I'm already over leveled a little bit, even though you can't tell because my damage is absolutely atrocious. Here we had a pack of rare monsters, so decided to stop for a moment and kill them with a relatively little issue because I was so close to getting that level up. And of course I'm using Path of Building, so here I am looking on the other screen to figure out what in the world I'm trying to do. And I did start to go down here, but I quickly realized the notable node that I'm kind of aiming for there, it doesn't apply right now, so it's kind of wasted tech. So I decided to go against it. I did think I wanted to kill all these monsters here because they were possessed, and normally I'd run away from these with this Scion build, but they went down pretty easily, so I kind of stuck with it. Didn't really get much out of it, but it's still nice to get a little bit of extra loot for the currency when we sell it back to the vendor. So again, just heading through all these plain packs of monsters, trying to not engage with all of them because there's really no need to. I saw the exit was up here, so instead of going down my normal way of having dead ends, I just decided, hey, what about over here? And look, it's the great den beast that we have to kill. I didn't actually speed this one up because he went down relatively quickly, which was surprising. Not something I'm used to hearing. What? But yeah, there we go. We killed him, and then we get to talk to Yina for a reward, pick up some loot, and of course I'm already full up, so no point in that. So we're going to head back out to the old fields, and we need to ideally head up to that spot up there or go all the way to the west. I'm going to cheese a town portal here by logging out and then logging back in. This should only take a few moments. I kind of like this though. It takes a little bit extra time for me to obviously having to re-record or record this voiceover instead of doing it all at once, but it's kind of nice knowing what happens and then also being able to speed through lengthy boss battles. So here I'm going to get a belt. Normally this decision doesn't really matter, but since I'm struggling so much, I made a choice to get this belt, and it was an upgrade to the one that I already have. Pretty big upgrade, so that was really nice. I'll toss that in my loot chest and move right along. We're going to head out to the broken bridge because we've got a bandit to kill. So we're heading up here, trying to remember to hit my Quicksilver at all times, following the path. This should get us over to where we need to go. And I am thinking now, just kind of like post clarity, post episode clarity, I may try to still go through the campaign as quickly as possible, but at least right now, not really worry so much about my times because the damage is so bad. It's really tough to try to maintain like any sort of record time when I'm struggling in Act 2 to do any damage. Just a moment ago, I was looking at some loot that fell on the ground. I'm looking for specifically a 3 linked socket item that has 3 green sockets. That's not a weapon. I mentioned in my kind of headcanon, I guess, while I was playing, I was trying to think about things that I wanted to say during this, and I may change my item filter to kind of pop those items specifically a different color or make a certain sound until at least they drop. So more to come on that. Here's our first bandit. This is Creighton, or Creighton, I can't remember. And I can't read because my screen is really tight. I think it's just Creighton. Anyway, I forget what I was doing here, just standing still. I was checking Path of Building to make sure I needed to kill all 3 bandits, and that's what we're going to do. So kill Creighton. I sped this up 200% because this is another instance where it just took a really long time to kill this guy. So here we go. You can see it's going really fast, but even sped up 200%, this is a slow kill. Like, it should not, in any stretch, take this long, but luckily the Cobra Lash that we're using bounces off and kind of hits other targets as they spawn in. So we grab his amulet, grab some other loot, grab some other loot. So here I'm looking at sockets and trying to make a determination. That one had 3 linked sockets, 2 green, 1 red on a body armor. So I thought, that was me thinking I could maybe use a chromatic orb and change that. Needed to go back to town, so I did the log out trick. You can call it cheesy, you can call it exploit, whatever you want to. I just don't have any town portal scrolls, so it saves some time. I don't see anything wrong with that. Gonna head out here on the west side to go out to the riverways. And Einhar's here, which turned out to be a humongous lifesaver because he does more damage than I do. So I'm going to end up skipping a lot of these monsters. I never actually use Einhar crafting in the game. So it's kind of fruitless for me to waste time. And here I can blink across that river instead of having to go all the way around. But yeah, I never used the Einhar bestiary crafting, so why would I stop and collect all these monsters when really there's no point. I'm not going to use them anyway. Hit that waypoint. See those like there's another yellow Einhar beast coming up right here. I thought I was going to blink across the river over there, but decided against it. There's a bridge right here. Why not just walk across? And we're going. Of course, I'm not going to do the strongbox. Einhar doing the work, getting me a level up. Thanks, buddy. You're the best. And just continuing on, doing our thing. I think there was a scroll of wisdom. It's crazy that I still have to pick up scrolls of wisdom, but here we are. That's what I'm doing. All right. And now we found our way to the western forest. This is an Einhar beast that I guess I did want to kill. It didn't go too bad for me. And he was there to help me out, so thanks, bud. You're the best. He's a real one. Okay. So now he's here again. That's pretty rare to have 2 instances back to back. So this is me seeing... originally I was going to go to that charisma node, but it's for mana efficiency of skills. For mana reservation, and I don't have anything that reserves mana right now, so why would I spend time and energy trying to get over there? So the new goal is to get up to the entropy node, which will be more useful in the short term while I'm still trying to get all of my skills online and get everything leveled up. So we have another path here to follow, nice and easy. If only killing monsters were as easy as following the path. Trying to avoid damage. We're going down here. This is pretty much a set path. I think every single time I've played, it's down here. You need to come down here and kill all these guards because this will open up a quest completion from Act 1, actually. I think you get a passive point for it, too. Which, spoiler, I did not cash in. But Einar there helping me out. The good thing about me... I don't want to say the good thing, but one of the things that's silver lining, I guess, regarding my character, even though I'm not doing a ton of damage, I'm able to tank quite a bit of damage. Like with that blackguard, I was able to stand right in front of him and just kind of use my skill and take some damage and not be in a terrible worry that I was going to die immediately. So that's pretty good, I guess. I'm curious what my resistances are at this point, but I'm sure they're not fantastic. But at least I've got armor and gear in every slot, so that's silver lining for us here. There's another red beast here. We're gonna skip right on by that. No chance. No chance. And here I am just trying to find the other way out of here. And I found out, oh wait, this is just a big circle, so I just made a big U-turn for no reason. Of course, now I have to backtrack my backtracking. So this is like triple back. I'm making triple back. Yeah. Kill all those guys. Head up here, another yellow beast. Bye-bye. Don't need it. Alright, here's our next area that we're going to go into, the Weaver's Chambers. And if you don't like spiders, this is not for you. I make this comment, I think, every time I play through the campaign of, like, why does every fantasy, magic-based, like, franchise have spiders, you know? Harry Potter has magic spiders, Lord of the Rings, I think Diablo, they all have it. And Goatmen, a lot of them have Goatmen, too. In case you missed it, I am the king of finding dead ends. So I found one there. This is another one there. So, lucky me. I am so good at finding all of the dead ends. I don't know why I was determined to kill this group. Maybe it was a big group of monsters here. Yeah, there's a rare spider in there and his cronies. So we'll get them knocked out. So again, I was able to stand right in front of that guy and do the damage and not worry so much that my health was taking a dive. Head on over here. Of course, dead end. Always with the dead ends. I'm so good at this. Dead end. I feel like that one I just had to unlock it just to verify that it is indeed a dead end. Head around here. This part is fairly linear, so I'm okay with that. We have another bunch of monsters here that we're going to speed through because it just took so long to kill them. So my health, this one gave me some trouble. My health was going down quite a bit. So this is me like hitting number 3 for my mana and number 2 for my health at the same time. And he went down relatively easy. That was also sped up 200%. Any of the speeding up I'm doing is about 200%. So here's me going towards entropy yet again. So we're going to grab that dexterity node right there. That'll be good. Alright, this is the ultimate dead end. Look how far down that path went. And it was a dead end. So getting the path right out of the entryway, that's kind of unique, I think. I don't think that happens very often. So lucky me. Those are all possessed. I said, no way, Jose. I don't want any part of that because they are generally tougher. As you can see, my health going down exponentially. This is me saying hell to the no. Alright, there's a Vol side area. I said, not doing the Vol side area. But it turns out, a dead end. Grab that Scroll of Wisdom. And of course I went all this way and now I gotta backtrack all the way to the other side of the map there. To the right side, I guess. Said I'm not gonna bother with this spider either, don't want it. He's gonna follow me for a bit and I'm gonna say, no thank you. Dead end there, of course. Again, I'm telling you, the king of dead ends. I so rarely get it right. It's crazy. Say no to the orichalcum, and I'm just desperately trying to find the dang boss area, which happens to be right here. So we're going to go in. The boss is going to spawn in. Now, again, this is sped up 200%. This fight was insane. It took me over 5 minutes. No joke, 5 minutes. And there are so many ads. Look at all these minions. Look at all these mobs. There were a couple of close calls, but because there are so many minions and the poison damage, you know, slowly doing damage over time and hitting a bunch of monsters at the same time, you know, ricocheting around, I didn't die. I haven't died. I got close a few times, but my flasks were always topped up. So as I'd use them, they'd fill right back up. So this was absolutely such a pain, just such a pain in the neck to fight this fight right here. You can see that health is like, what, down a third? Maybe. And then he's got all this energy shield back. Like, just absolutely bonkers. Just so, and just the minions don't stop. They don't. It's like the band All Star said. It's just, the hits start coming and they don't stop 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 coming. Just dozens of monsters at any given time. But thankfully, I'm able to take a couple of hits. It's not a one-shot situation. So we got to a point where the Weaver is down to about half health, and now it's just me and 100 spiders. And now the Weaver is back. Another good thing about having so many monsters around is the Frost Blink is almost an instant, like, cooldown. I can almost use it back to back, and it does a little bit of damage, and it leaves ice ground. I don't know what it's called, frost ground. So it slows them down just a tiny little bit. So here's another example. I'm just able to kind of tank a couple of hits when it's just one-on-one. And I wasn't in too much danger there, but oh man, that was one that just gave me such a headache. That fight gave me such a headache. It gives me a headache to watch it right now. So I'm assessing the loot, trying to see if there's any that meet my criteria for at least 3 linked sockets. Or 3 green sockets, and I can link them later. Of course, we're doing the portal hack, the portal trick, the free portal to get back to town, and checking out these free gems. We don't need any of them, so I'm just gonna pick a random one here in a sec. I'm consulting my path of building right now to make sure I don't need any of these. And then I just take one. Just take it. Vicious projectiles. Sure, why not? Totally pointless. Alright, unload my loot. I've got Malagaro Spike now. And I was just trying to see what I've got, anything close, anything available, anything that can kind of get there for me. And now I'm looking, what can I absolutely sell that is not going to be a risk for me. So this helmet is tempting. Can't remember if I swap it. I may swap it. I do swap it. Watch. No swapping. I thought about swapping, but I did not. So now I'm grabbing all the items that I can sell with absolute certainty. Good. Tiny little bit of currency. I'm putting that doublet over there. That's kind of my corner of this is a possibility. Don't immediately sell it. You can see it's got 2 greens and a red, and they're linked. And that's really important because we can chromatic it and hope that we get 3 greens. So I'm taking a lot of time to do this, especially at this point. I'm still in the mindset of try to go fast as possible, but between me and you now, with my hindsight, I think I'm gonna still try to go quickly through the campaign as quickly as we can, but trying to shave off minutes here and there is maybe not gonna be the way to go for me, because it already takes minutes for me to fight one mini boss. So yeah, I think that'll be the way to go. So here in the riverways, we need to go up here. Thankfully, in this game, the exits to the next areas are generally related to how they show on the overworld map, that map right there. So I knew I had to go up this way, and we got a bunch of monsters here. It doesn't look like I stopped to fight all of them. I should run away. Chef, run away, dude. There's too many of them. Nope, I'm gonna fight it. I'm gonna stick it through. I don't know why. It's like I'm doing zero. It's almost like I'm doing 0 damage. It's ridiculous. So I get him. I guess the rare rapier there is decent enough for currency purposes. Alright, and that axe I just picked up can be sold for chromatic orb, our first chromatic. So that was a definitely good find, good pickup. Hit my quicksilver, and I'm running up here now. And there's our bandit right there. So we're gonna finish off these crabs and then head down that way.
There's no resting on your laurels.
Nice level up. Fortuitous timing. Get that guy to leave me alone. And I unlocked some armor, apparently, or a cosmetic item, which is nice. I may or may not use it. And here's Oak. We're going to kill Oak. This one was I think the easiest of the 3. Because I'm able to tank some damage, so I just kind of sit here in front of him and just stab him with Cobra Lash. Again, sped up 200%. This is kind of insane. Just sitting there. Like, minions come out of the tents every once in a while, but my Cobra Lash bounces off Oak, hits them, keeps my flasks available, and then he dies. We grab his amulet, check our loot situation, none of it's any good, and allocate my skill point. We get that nice coordination. That's a big notable skill there, so that's good to get. And then we're gonna run out and kill these crabs. Killer crabs. Grab the level up on my skill gems there. I don't need to level up Frostblink, but it's doing a little bit of damage for me right now every time I use it. So I figured, what the heck. It's not one that you want leveled up in the end game, because you can reach maps that have like reflect elemental damage, and if you are frost blinking in a group of monsters that reflect elemental damage or cold damage or whatever, you will die. It's happened to me a number of times. So you want to keep frost blink ideally at level 1 in the end game. There's ways to backtrack it back down. So I needed to come back over here to the Western Forest to finish up another part of the quest. So of course I do the portal trick to get out of there. And check the loot. This is a really big area. It's about the average size of a Path of Exile 2 map. So it's tough to find exactly where I needed to go. I think for this whole time I'm looking for the final bandit, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I don't need to go up to the riverways. I was already up there. So this is me running around trying to find the final bandit. Like, you can just call me Chili because I'm just trying to find the bandit. Sorry, I'm not going to apologize for that. I'm a dad. This right here did definitely amount to probably my least favorite part of playing the game today. Especially because I was still in the mindset of trying to go fast, trying to go fast, trying to go fast. How good of a time can I get? And with this build, that's not really something I need to be worried about. So here we found this big circle. Like, cool. Thanks, chef. So maybe we'll just keep on running around, killing some dudes. Those purple dudes that are running towards me, they will explode on you, and it hurts kind of a lot. So you want to make sure that you run away from them. Try to keep your distance. I think that's the Weaver's Chambers, so of course I found that, and just trying to get out and get what I need. Every once in a while, just turning around and maybe hoping that my poison kills one of them. Get a trickle of XP here and there. Of course, I'm terrible at clicking, so I miss them. And we have a big pack of blue monsters here, so I'm going to take a moment and give them a whack. Even this guy here. Surprised I didn't speed this one up, but we're just going to keep on shooting them. Pew, 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 pew. Grab the loot. And just looking for the items that will be the most interesting for me, and there was not really much there. Looking out for those explodey guys. Don't want to mess with that area that we've already been. That's where those black guards were. And of course, they are a big pain in the butt. Don't need to kill them again. Just having a heck of a time trying to find the dang bandit. All I want to do is find the bandit. It's always the last place you look. That's what I always say. And just lots of plain monsters. Not really interested. It's not worth it to kill them. So I saw this lantern fire there, and I thought, okay, this is definitely the right way to go. And I was right. The game giving you the breadcrumbs necessary to get to where you need to go. So that's Alira. That's our final bandit that we need to kill. And she's got her dudes laying around, and we're going to speed this up 200%. This one didn't go too bad either. She would hex the ground, and I would always frostblink out of it. And just turn around and continue hitting her with the lash. And she's going to curse, jump, and blast. Curse, jump, and blast. And then she goes down. Super fast. Not too bad. Almost didn't have to speed that one up. But, you know, still do it. And checking the loot, of course. Just making sure there's anything I need. And then checking everything else out. And then, okay, it's time to go back home. Of course, I'm doing the log out, get back to the forest encampment, and that will we can close things out. Here, I'm just going to talk to everybody to get their exclamation points away, unload my loot. I've got a skill point to use, and again, we're trying to go to entropy, so we get some additional damage over time, and throw everything in the stash. I have a mana flask there that is a really good, it's got a good modifier in there. It says effect is not canceled if the flask is filled. So basically if your mana bulb is full after you hit the flask, it will continue to count that it's increasing the amount of mana to go in there. So it's really nice. It's a low level flask, like it has a reduced recovery value, but it's nice to have that assurance that even though your bulb is full, it's still gonna be good. So now I've got a chromatic orb. I wanted to check this armor piece because it could go green, green, green. Although it's not terribly likely. I was checking the face to see if I needed to do it, and I got green, green, red. So not great. And I think this is where I decided that I say screw it, and I'm going to use Poison Concoction, which is an unarmed skill, so you can't have a weapon because it's like you're basically throwing potions. You want to think about it like that. So I slotted in the new skill with volley, and I'm trying to determine if volley is going to be better than chance to poison. Volley throws additional projectiles, and chance to poison adds a chance to poison, but there's already an innate chance to poison baked into the poison concoction. So I think I'm going to try running it with just an extra chance to poison. So that's me logging out. I'm going to sign out here. Links are in the description down below. Thank you so very much for watching. Consider hitting the follow button if you haven't done so already, and I'll see you next time.